Hi guys, that's Gianpaolo Lorusso speaking for a new edition of PPC World News, the top news in the paid advertising sector at world level. Okay, let's start with the first one. A re-entry by Matthew Amro, who hasn't who didn't wrote anything for a long time, as far as I know. But here he came with some suggestions on whether to apply or not the suggestions by Google Ads. We all professional PPC know that a lot of time these suggestions are useful and sometimes they are completely wrong. So here you can find a sort of recap of when to consider them and when not. Let's pass to the other post. Here, a nice post by Tarek Zicker about how to scale Facebook audiences. There's nothing really new in this post, but it's a nice recap of how you can test different audiences to understand which ones are the best, the better performing ones. So here are some useful tips for for using Facebook ads, and I think it's a very nice post. So I suggest you to read it. Microsoft, they rolled out several different audiences, especially for season advertising, so for season campaign, for shopping campaigns, of course, shopping periods, shopping season. But another thing interesting in this post is that they increased the cookie period from a maximum of 180 days to 390 days. I didn't know the lag was different from Google, which is 540 days, of course. But now it's a nice reminder of this difference. Let's hope now to have audience network extending to many countries, to all globally, substantially. And they also added share of voice, a sort of impression share, like metric you can find in Google. Amazon also is working to expand its audience network, and it's enlarging it to other to external partners of the platform. So that's a good news, because competitive if we have many competitive platforms in advertising, we can have better services, of course. Another post, very good post by Frederick Willis, as usual, on responsive search ads, compared to expanded search ads. Here you can see from these simple graphics that responsive search ads are the new standard for Google search campaigns. So you are missing something if you are not testing them. Another post interesting by Stephanie White, who tested in the real case story about changing in the display URL in a campaign, and had an interesting result. So we can confirm that all display URL displays, especially when you change a known blend, you try to use a keyword-rich domain instead of a known brand, of course, they could have effects, strong effects on the performance of your campaigns. Here, a post by Christine McCormick about local marketing, not only specifically or search or social, but a mix of it. I think it's a very nice post, this one, and I invite you to have a look to it, especially if you are promoting, of course, brick and mortars shops and some other local activities. Explanations about fluctuations of metrics are now being expanded to target CPA's campaigns in search campaigns. So it's a useful, sometimes it's useful indication. So it's a good news to have this indication also for many other search campaigns. App campaigns for engagement, not for install, are now being tested in a more wide way, so in an enlarged beta. So there could be a nice piece of news for if you are promoting an app with Google, of course. Here, connected to the post we just saw, there is another interesting post about how to optimize for universal app campaigns, and there are some very nice suggestions on how to do it, and an in-depth analysis of which are the steps and the options available in this type of campaigns. Then finally, we close with a post by Pauline Jacobert, who simply let us know some real cases in which some clients, some customers of Group 27 asked for for strange thing, which is the daily bread for anyone working in this industry. And she explained specific cases and explains why a good agency should say no, someone simply no, and explain why. Of course, they are not considering the all requests from the customers. Okay, that's all for this edition. If you didn't do yet the survey about the state of PPC in Europe, just take it. It's on our ADworld Experience site. You will find the link. By now, I say ciao, and may the Lord be with you. And have a very nice end of year and beginning of 2021. Ciao.